Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Very good day to you guys all out there, wherever you are on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, Canada, Australia, or right in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, well, it's a beautiful day, beautiful Friday. And hey, thank God it's Friday. Yes, our weekend for good football, starting from tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we are expecting our head coach to speak to us later today. He's going to be telling us team news, what to expect in the games coming up tomorrow against Brighton. What are your expectations? Ladies and gentlemen, for me, it's a home game. And I will expect Chelsea to come out and win the game. Yes, I will expect Chelsea to come out and win the game. Nothing but a win is what I will expect. Brighton is not an easy team. They are not going to be easy to break down. But Chelsea will have to find a way to break them down. Ladies and gentlemen. Now, before I continue, let me say this. This thing just popped up, and I want to explain it to you guys further. If Chelsea sells Jackson next summer for whatever amount to Bayern Munich, right? And we succeeded in selling Raheem Sterling and even Disasi all together, it will not count for UEFA purposes. All these three sales will not count for UEFA, PSR, or FFP rules purposes. It will not count. Yeah. I've just discovered this because it has to be people who have to, be in the who are registered, players that are registered in UEFA competitions this season. These players are not registered in any of UEFA competitions for Chelsea, and therefore it will not count in any of the PSR rules next summer. Meaning that for Chelsea to sign new players next summer, apart from the funds that were made available, that in case we want to go into the market to buy new players in general, that we understand is around 40 to 60 million pounds, which is made available. Apart from that fund that is available right now, any purchase that Chelsea want to make in a summer, Chelsea must sell first team member, first team player. That simply means that the 23 players that we have currently, or is it 24 that we have right now, 23 that we have right now, before Chelsea can make sales, before Chelsea can buy new players next summer, we must sell 1, 2, or 3 of these current squad members. The fringe player that we have, they will not count. They will not count, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that is the understanding we receive. So to bring players into the squad next summer, Chelsea will have to trade to again and again sell players. Basically, it is what it is. Now, look at this on your screen right now. Ballon d'Or points ranking. How did Dembele won the Ballon d'Or? Ladies and gentlemen, could you believe that between Dembele and Lamine Yamal is just a point? Dembele didn't win the Ballon d'Or with over 5 points, 10 points above Yamal. As you can see there, Dembele won the title or the trophy with 1,150 points, while Lamine Yamal got 1,149 points. Only 1 point difference between Yamal and Dembele. How did the vote even go? How? This is very controversial. Yeah. And the third place, Vietnam, got 917 points. Fourth place, Salah, 550 points. Rafinha, 432 points. Hakimi, 420 points. Cole Palmer, 383 points. Cole Palmer is on 8th. Donnarumma, 291 points. And then Martin, 201 points. Ladies and gentlemen, that is ranking, point ranking right there, first to 10 rankings right there on your screen. Yamal lost only by 1 point to Dembele. Wow. Anyway, now let's move on. Tomorrow's game, I will expect Chelsea to take full advantage of it as a home game. And I understand Maresca has been complaining a lot of late. Listen, not many owners like coaches to come out publicly to be criticizing them. Not many directors or sporting directors want to be criticized in public. I said it yesterday. We witnessed Nottingham Forest. Yes, few coaches that came out to criticize their ownership in the last summer were sacked. Now look at it. Not many owners want to be criticized that way. Maresca has to be careful. Going to the press conference today. We understand he made a request of a center back last summer. He was given Hartu, Jarrell Hartu. We saw him play in Ajax. Listen, this guy, Jarrell Hartu, now you can see on your screen there. We know his record. Captain of Ajax. He captained Ajax. A very important 90 minutes under his belt in our last game against Lincoln. And I believe he gave a good account of himself. He had over 100 appearances for Ajax. And he's only 19 years old. This guy, over 100 appearances for Ajax. He captained the Ajax team, and for me, he's a good player. Now, this guy is a center back. He was the best center back at Ajax. Not a left back. He was a center back at Ajax. But Maresca sees him as a left back, and I don't get it. You needed a center back and you were given a center back. Now you are playing him at left back. Maresca has been complaining a lot about defenders while he has Hacho. And even Joshua Achampon. Now, I personally think that we are overreacting on certain issues, and Maresca is overreacting on certain issues. You cannot always have every player you need. You have to learn to make use of what you have. Goalkeeping department, I will understand. We all know that Sanchez is not the best. I will understand that aspect very well. And he is part of the problem. Maresca is part. Last two seasons ago, last point Maresca, we were talking about this goalkeeper issue, that Sanchez is not the best for us. Most of us, we said it that Petrovic was a better option. Maresca insisted on Sanchez. Chelsea sold Petrovic for profit. Well, today I just hope that he's not going to come back and continue complaining any longer. Now, Matt Law says something. Matt Law is an insider, Chelsea insider journalist. He says something, and I want to point out. He said, I'm told internally, they knew there might be turbulence at the start of the season due to the Club World Cup and 2 weeks of preparation. They were braced for injuries, and that result may fall below expectations. That being the case, Maresca will have sympathy over all that. This Matt Law is an insider, Chelsea insider, just like Niza Kinzela. Now, what that simply means that Chelsea already made up their mind, they prepared their mindset, because we were in a Club World Cup and we had only 2 weeks of preparation. Starting the league, it is understood that the ownership and the sporting director, they know the season might not kick-start the way it's expected. They know fatigue will come in. They know there might be some injury crisis along the line. And so the expectations at this point is not that high on Maresca and on the team. That is the more reason why Maresca needs to watch his words. Not to provoke anger. Because even the fan base, we are already desperate. We are already desperate to win. The fan base, we are not taking Club World Cup as an excuse. We are not taking lack of defenders as an excuse. We are not taking goalkeeping as an excuse for Maresca. He himself, like the errors he made against Manchester United, is unpardonable. Those panic changes that he made, that killed the game, the morale. Every fan knows that Maresca's errors cost Chelsea in that Manchester United game. Otherwise, when the game became 10 versus 10, Chelsea would have carried the day. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. And it's your breakfast, so I'll not take much time. I'll not take much time at all. Quickly, let me run up. I have personally criticized Enzo Maresca in the last couple of days for his words. And I don't want to continue the criticism. That is why I'm just trying to send a word of caution or advice out there. But you see, that doesn't change the fact that I still believe that Chelsea can still turn the season around with Maresca in charge. I'm not calling for a change of manager at this point, no. He did brilliantly well. Maresca did brilliantly well last season. Yeah. Last season. And at the Club World Cup. And has earned some faith from the club and the fan base. I'm still desperate for him to be our long-term manager if he can succeed this season and win us some trophies. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. Let me run up here. It's breakfast. Whilst we wait for our coach to come and speak to us. If Meguay, our number 9 that we have available right now, the striker we brought back from Sunderland, there he is. We brought him back when the lab got injured. Instead of calling on or talking to Nicola Jackson to return from Bayern Munich. When Nicola Jackson's flight, we were being told that the flight doesn't have a reverse gear to go reverse to return. Ladies and gentlemen, we recall Meguay from Sunderland. I am beginning to understand why Maresca is not making use of him. And guess what? If Maresca make use of Meguay right now, with just 1 minute of football, just 1 minute of football, should the lab return in January and we want to reloan Meguay out again, it is just impossible. According to the FA rules, a player cannot play for 3 clubs in the same season. He already played for Sunderland. And so, if he should play just 1 minute of football for Chelsea now, and in January, let's say the lab returns, or Chelsea buys another striker in January, or let's say we recall Emega from Strasbourg, he's our player. We cannot loan Meguay to another club because the rules in the FA rules does not allow for that. So it's very likely, most probably, it is a reason why we are not seeing Meguay being given a minute, because maybe the idea likely is to loan him out again in January. Guys, do you get a point there? So that is my thinking. If Chelsea should give him a minute of football, he cannot go on loan again in the summer, in January transfer window, because FA rules is very clear. You cannot play for 3 different clubs in one season. Guys, it's your breakfast. Let me end it here. I'll be back with more exclusives in the coming hours. I'll see you all. Shalom and peace.